Hi everyone, my name is Adegwa Queen and this is Green Zone Podcast. This is where we share informations and ideas that are useful and transformative. And so today I have two guests with me, two wonderful guests. I have Mr. Emmanuel and Mr. Tomiwa. And so I will allow them introduce themselves right now. Mr. Emmanuel, over to you.
All right, thank you for having me. My name is Emmanuel, and I'm a financial market trader.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tomiwa.
Thank you for having me here. I'm a digital marketing expert with focus on SEO and adverts. So thank you.
Thank you very much. That's fantastic. So today we'll be talking about challenges that affects the creativity and innovation of Nigerian youths. So my first question today will be going to Mr. Emmanuel. Yes, Mr. Emmanuel. Yes. So, Mr. Emmanuel, what do you think? What do you think? How do you think the educational system in Nigeria has been able to help the Nigerian youth in innovation and creativity?
I'm trying to find a way to maybe attempt this question, but I think it's a very interesting one. Looking at our educational system in Nigeria and our Nigerian youths, I find it very interesting because our schools is where you can find maybe large number of youths, basically. It's one of the places anyways, one of the places you can say, okay, either they go to place we can actually find large number of Nigerian youths.
Okay.
So, and that is our schools. And if you now go to our schools and ask what are they doing there, it will take the focus to another level of what we want to discuss, basically. So what are they doing there, basically? It means they are learning.
Of course.
Right, so what are they learning? That's another question. Okay, so if you talk about innovation in Nigeria and our school system, I would say basically, I would say our school system is, need to be restructured. I mean, it needs to be restructured, right? Because the content of what we taught in school today, some people may say is outdated. Yes, to some extent, true. But for me personally, I don't think it's the most important thing now. I believe it's the restructure of our education system, right? Whereby there has to be a proper organized, a proper synergy, a proper pool, a proper specialization of people who want to actually study a particular field. In my own opinion, basically, right, I strongly believe that if we can, because if we look at our education system, how do we get here? What we are practicing today is not the education the Westerners give us. If we go down the history, I strongly believe our education system was actually a kind of disrupted during the war, right? During the war in Nigeria. Ever since then, our education system has been having problems, especially here in Nigeria. Okay, especially here. So, and there has to be a restructure, a rehab of our educational system. So, what is this rehab we are talking about, basically? For me, I would think that we have to start with, let's even leave our curriculum first. Let's start to restructure the framework in the sense that, okay, by specialization, right? So, if you are interested in focusing in any particular industry or any particular area that you want to become good, we can just maybe match some universities and say, okay, these are some specialized form of universities. Take for example, if we say we only have the university of maybe that focus on law students, and only university that focus on engineering, university that focus on either mass communication, we know that this is the only place you can go, right? You find pool of people. Why? Because when they are together, it triggers innovation.
Okay.
So imagine when you have a like-minded people who are studying similar things. Only thing they do basically, apart from the basic maybe English and mathematics, that is general, right? The next thing is that they are focused. They are just focused and specialized in their core, right? That is why if we are doing that, it will go in a long way in reducing the number of people who actually study one thing in school and doing other thing after they finish from school. You see where the problem is coming from.
Okay, so you were talking about having a specific let's say specific course or
Yeah,
people.
specialized form of body of learning
But
institution.
but do you think that would really help? We need people to come together. Education is not just based on um, a particular discipline. Education too, you're learning from other people apart from the educational part. So I think if we do that, okay, you just have law. Okay, we have law school, we have music school, so you have it in different places. I don't think that will work.
Okay.
So we have
why do
different
you think it won't
departments.
work? Why do you think it won't work?
That will not work. It's just like having just a specific set of people in just one place.
Okay.
It won't work.
All right. So, so say we were doing all this universal thing. Where are we today?
You said?
We were doing maybe having everybody doing
I-
the same thing.
I think the-
What have we achieved?
I feel that the problem is the system,
Okay.
basically. So they need to work on the system.
What is
So, Mr. Tomiwa, what do you think? What?
Fact, I agree with her. But you said we need specialized schools. That's the problem. Okay, let's look at United States for example. I mean, they have Harvard. So the other is always right. Like that obsession with respect, it translates to most of our everyday life. That you can't question somebody because he's older than you, or maybe he's more older than you in age. That does have nothing to do with knowing more than somebody. Although yeah, age can matter a lot, but it's not everything. So I just think we need to welcome new ideas. We need to be more practical oriented and more STEM focused. The world is moving towards technology. So technology. We need to just let people innovate, not just following the old path. So thank you. I don't know if he has I know he's going to tackle me in one way, so let us hear what he has to say because maybe he has.
Mr. Emmanuel, do you have anything? Do you still have
Honestly,
anything to say?
you know,
Okay.
I mean, obviously, for me, if we say we have to. Sometimes we've been there, we have to for some years now. We have to. Nothing has actually changed, right? And I think I agree with some part of what you said. Our mindset. You remember what I said that our education, I think, was actually disrupted during that civil war because education we are doing here. You mentioned school abroad. Do you think what we are doing here is what they are doing? It's not, but they're the one that give us the Western education. So they left us, we are doing something else. Well, like they've moved. I was discussing with my friend, my coursemate, we finished economics together in Unilori. So currently now, him and his wife is in UK, right? He's working in UK. So I think about 2 weeks ago, we started discussing. We started talking about, I was asking him this industry where he's working. Currently, he's working in a medical firm. In fact, he was telling me that he wants to do a degree. I say, you want to leave economics? How? How? He said you want to do nursing. I was like, I don't want to mention. Maybe you may be listening to it. He said, guy, forget that thing. The education system, the way we do education here in Nigeria is different from what they do there, right? That somebody can even wake up, a 50-year-old man can wake up and tell you, I'm switching my career. And it's going to be very difficult. It'll be very seamless for him to actually switch. Why? Because what they are doing is not more theoretical part. I agree with you, right? But what I'm saying in essence is that what we practice here in Nigeria is totally different from what they do there, as I said earlier, right? In this part of the world, basically, we tend to copy and copy and copy. But when we copy, we fail to copyright. Right now, if you look at what we have right now in this, that dampened innovation of young people, right? These young people, they went to university, as you said, computer science, they can't even code anything. But that is not the way the Westerners are doing it. You mentioned Harvard, all these big schools. Yeah, some people will say they are the best school in the world. What makes them to be the best? Do you think it's by education? So it's not by education that bring innovation, so to say. It's what you learn, what you commit yourself. Do you have a greater role to play? The richest people, Elon Musk, let's even say Bill Gates, those guys left school. If his soul is education curriculum that is outdated and all of this. So look at them. Many of them left school. Bill Gates left school and started coding in his garage, in the garage of this thing. Are you with me? So what I'm trying to talk about is sometimes is that the environment that my focus. the environment we can create for ourselves can actually help innovation. So that's why I'm a advocate of specialization, right? So why? Because there is no need that a student can finish law, maybe 4 or 5 years in university, you still go to law school to go and practice, right? Medical students, I think the same thing. Are you with me? So after that 4 years, you still go and focus on why can't you start when you are small? Let me tell you something about China today. When you talk about innovation, China is the leading economy. The indicators. Go and study the way China education system is run.
No, China is leading.
I mean,
they're doing well.
I mean, do you think they used to do all the? They have a specialized. See, their China education system is if they attach their university to an industry. So when you are schooling, right? That's when you are schooling in your listing. That is why you see so many all these big companies, AT&T, Horizon, many of them. They are attached to institutions those institutions are attached in this industry. So when you are in school, you are, as an engineer, right? For example, let's say engineering university is attached to one of these industries. When you are in school, you are learning some of these things. There's some programs you do in the industry. So when you finish, you don't find yourself, I've learned this, I've left this thing. Let me go and do something else.
But sorry, you can actually do that with normal schools, right?
Right.
You can attach department, maybe faculty of engineering to these industries we are talking about. Does it really have to be specialized schools? What's the difference between a specialized school and a normal school? That you can just attach the faculty of engineering to these industries you are talking about, if that is the angle you want to take it to. Like, does it have to be specialized schools? Like, what's the difference between? Okay, I think FUTA is a specialized school, right? FUTA, or this FUTA.
How do you think they're specialized school?
They say that
are they doing specialization now?
they say they are University of Technology.
Okay,
is that what we know them as?
Practicing it now?
That's what I'm saying. That it's not really about the specialized schools. It's just about they are not practicing what you said. Like innovation and attaching themselves to industry. Even our industry, are we really innovating anything in the industry like that? Most of our things are imported, right? So what do we want to attach the student to? What does he want to go and learn when we are exporting most of our stuff?
Importing.
So we are importing most of our stuff. So where does he want to go and learn? Because it's not bringing anything. Okay, is Nigeria even do we make cars? We are Zembu now. All those innocent, they are Zembu. It's not as if they make all those cars. So what do we even make? Even pencil, everything. So what does
if I think both of us have a convergence somewhere, right?
Yes.
And so at the point we also have a divergence. So but let's diverge to converge. Are you with me? You understand? If maybe I understand, I have a little understanding of the problem we are facing in this country. So to say, maybe my little knowledge on economics. Do you understand? So I think if maybe it's helping me to understand a little how people behavioral pattern of people in this our country, so to say. Why? Because at the time I thought of myself, why maybe Innocent in East, I think in Anambra State, why Innocent maybe have one of his plants in one of the closest school, I think in Unizik, right? One of his plants, maybe in the engineering faculty there, right? In engineering, maybe, so that these people who are studying engineering, mechanical engineering, right, can find a way to maybe to practice. But all this has to be very structured, very planned. Are you with me? Do you understand? But the truth of the matter is that then there is a pool. My argument is that there has to be a pool because there is a unity. Imagine when you have a pool of people who does similar things. If prankles, question, people tend to ask questions. People tend to, that these, so many distractions.
Well,
I'm not saying that they won't do general course. That's what they call English general course, English.
Okay, so are you saying that
after that there has to be a kind of a specialized,
My own argument is, but we already have this pool in university. Okay, in my college of engineering, are we not all engineers?
We have different faculties.
Are we not all engineers?
Okay, cool. Hold on. You study. Maybe I studied economics.
You studied economics.
Hold on. Do you know that some of my lecturers, right? There are some courses. Some of my lecturers even teach maybe accounting. I think we teach accounting. In fact, we did mathematics. At a point, we did further mathematics and all of those things. Some of my lecturers, we went to engineering faculty to receive lectures.
To receive lectures.
And I'm no yes to get lecture in mathematics.
No, man, that's true.
Do you understand?
We do a lot of useless courses in
Are you
Nigeria.
with me? No, it's relevant. We need it anyway. Are you with me? But I feel that I'm talking about from what sprangles innovation that will make somebody to actually think. Because me, I feel when I have, in fact, it's just like trading. There's so many things I've seen in trade that okay, if I find myself among all of these people, it can't actually trigger a kind of deep learning, deep understanding.
I guess we are not going to agree. We are not going to agree because you are stuck on because I'm not seeing the difference, right? Because if you are telling me that we need a specialized school, or like what is the difference between the specialized school and somebody in a faculty of engineering? You are both engineers, the engineering students, right? Is there anything different in having a specialized school for engineering or having a normal school or being in a faculty of engineering in a normal school?
Okay, let me ask you one question. Let me ask you this question.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, I think they have school of nursing now.
Yes, they have school of nursing. They always had.
Right.
That's always been.
You will be on ground, right? I will leave you to answer this question. We also have
Bachelor of Nursing
Bachelor of Nursing
in universities, right?
Right. Now, apart from in practice, people that practice nursing, we practice nursing. I don't know. I will leave you. Whatever you said is okay. These two people, who do you think that actually practice more? That actually bring in terms of practice, that does the practical more?
I think both do more. Because you can't even be in the medical line and not practice.
Okay.
Nursing, you have to practice. So that's just like, are you telling me that someone that did medicine in university is not practicing?
What we just talked about now, how do we improve on this system? Is it the government that needs to come in, or is it the school, or is it the youth? So we are going to take a break now. Maybe when we come back, we're going to talk more about this. Thank you so much for joining.
Are your financial goals just out of reach? What if you had access to a community that provides strategic investment opportunities in crypto, stocks, and real estate? Welcome to WealthGate, where your aspiration of building substantial net worth become achievable. Imagine the power of making informed investment decisions with the backing of expert advice and a supportive network. At WealthGate, we offer exclusive opportunities to invest in high growth potential assets. Whether it's the latest in crypto, promising stocks, or lucrative real estate, we provide the insights you need to thrive. Step into a future where your investments are working for you, steadily building your net worth. Join a community committed to your financial success and transform your wealth building aspirations into tangible achievements. With WealthGate, you're not just investing, you're creating a legacy of financial prosperity. Start your journey today and unlock the full potential of your investments. Call the numbers showing on your screen to get started.
So guys, welcome back to Green Zone Podcast. So we're going to continue with where we stopped. So I'm going to ask that question again. So I don't know who I'm going to throw it to, either Mr. Emmanuel or Mr. Tomiwa, but anyone who is interested can just come in first. So the system, what do you think? How can the system be improved? Who do you think where would the change start from? Is it the government that is supposed to start with the improvement of the system? Is it the school, that's a tertiary institution, or the youth? What do you think?
Well, I think everything starts from the government because I think there's an idea that says that once the head is rotten, the whole body is gone. So everything starts from the top. If the government implements something and wants there to be a change, we talk about China today. China started with one man. one man who just wanted a change for his people. Same with Singapore. I think Lee Kuan Yew or something. So one man, it just starts with the government because people like authority. If the government is doing the right thing and the government says you are going to do it this way, who are you to flout the government? So everything starts from the government. Once the government is doing great and doing what they are supposed to do, the rest will follow. So yes, for me, it starts from the government, starts with the head. They are the only one that can implement a change. I don't know.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Tomiwa. So, Mr. Emmanuel, what's your own opinion? What do you think?
Well, I think everybody has a role to play. Everybody. For me, both the government, individuals, our institution, all of us. For me, I would say it's equal. Nobody has more. It's equal. It's equal responsibility. Everybody has a role to play, right? So let me start. Maybe you have touched government a bit. Let me start with individual, right? Let me give you. This is why. So I don't know. There is an app. I don't know how true it is. There is an app I had. I had that story. I don't know. I've not been to China anyway. They say these little toys, some of these toys that children used to play, that is even used small boys, small kids in China. They are the one that usually are the one even doing some of those things, producing some of those things. You understand? They do those things even in between primary and secondary school. Yeah, some of these,
Like they arrange it.
Right. They do it in primary and secondary school. And even their assignment. Some of them even the assignment they gave them. Do you understand? Even the assignment they gave them to, that's why they come up with some of those things. So another question I may ask is, okay, what kind of course are they doing that will make them give that kind of assignment? If where specialization is coming, the angle where I'm coming from, why specialization is key, there's the invisible force that comes with pull, because when you believe me, when there is too much distraction, sometimes it dampens innovation, both internal or external distraction. It kind of limits innovation, basically. So that's I'm still a very advocate of know what you want, even from small. In fact, I love what our parents are doing now. Gone are the days whereby they say you must go to university, you must become a medical doctor. I mean, some even medical doctors now, some of them are even hungry. Right? Even
in Nigeria, they are hungry. It's not as if some of them. So that's just they are hungry. But I don't think it's about their specialization.
Yeah. Of course,
it's just the country. I mean, medical doctors abroad overseas, they earn big money.
Yeah.
But it's just
so what make them to trust them to pay them that kind of amount? Because they believe they work. Because of what?
Do you think they trust them to pay that kind of amount?
Why did they trust them? Why did they even?
So are you telling that we don't trust our doctors in Nigeria to pay that kind of money?
I'm not saying so. I'm trying to look at what actually makes anybody who can pay you huge amount of money. It means the person trusts you. For example, I'm not saying we didn't trust our medical doctors. In fact, I have some of them as friends. One even told me that before you can even practice in UK, I know that you must do some exam. Even though you've done everything here, you understand, you must, before you can practice, there's some course you will do, certification you will do, before you can even practice. So they want to be sure that, they want to be ascertained.
Because your angle now is that,
you understand?
You are telling me that the doctors overseas, that they have more values than doctors in Nigeria. I mean, I don't believe that. That's just because I'm saying that, they have to be worth it for them to be paid that amount. Are you telling me that doctors in Nigeria are not worth to pay that amount? I think everything still relates down to bad government. Because why are you not paying me? Is there a difference between doctor overseas and the amount of years they put into practice? I don't think there's a difference. Like, there's no difference. So, doctors in Nigeria are not earning much. In fact, they're earning peanuts. They are not earning much. It has nothing to do with value or us, because these same doctors still go overseas and make something for themselves, at least the few ones. Nigerian nurses are hot cake abroad now. That our government side, I think they have banned them. Like, they are finding ways for the nurses not to leave. They will not release their certification. So it's just about the system, the government, the things they should invest in. They are not investing in it. They are just stealing all the money. So that's just, our health doctors should not be earning peanuts. In fact, no profession should be any peanut. Let me never say doctors. No profession. That's why you see, you see someone that was a nurse in Nigeria will go abroad and go and be washing bomb. But you know that
you said something.
Yes,
Said something.
okay.
I was allowing you to finish. I
Yeah.
never even intend to say, or I even say that a doctors in Nigeria or doctors in abroad have to earn high more than doctors in Nigeria. Is it because But as you said, the environment where you are matters, and what is the value controlling the environment. So here we are now. Why can't our doctors, right? Why can't we? Even all the school, I know to become a medical doctor in Nigeria is hell. I know. To become a medical doctor in Nigeria is hell. I mean, it's not beans. You first of all, before you can even cross jam, it means for you to even accept to be in medical school, even to do your year 1 or year 2, you are good. I mean, I've not seen a medical doctor who is just a dumb man. No matter, in fact, you are good. You know what it is to even cross jam 250, and they have your highest cutoff mark. They are good. I'm not saying that. You understand? But now, so when they now cross to another environment, they tend to pay them high. Why are they paying them high? Because there is a system that believes that for me to pay you this high, that you have what it takes, I can pay you this high, based on what you've shown me in your specialization, in your expertise. That is why I can pay you that high amount.
Yeah, I think we're having a common ground,
right?
because now, I think pay is equivalent to like the system, the environment, because a bad economy cannot pay you good money now. That's just it. So I think it's just symbiotic. If we have a great economy in Nigeria, our doctors will earn much. So I think it's symbiotic. At least I just thought of that now. It's symbiotic. US doctors earn far more than UK doctors. If our UK doctors are saying that they are poor compared to US doctors. So I think it's just how great your economy is. And health is very expensive in those countries. I don't think we pay that much for health in Nigeria. So I think all those things are just still symbiotic. So one works for the other. If one is good, the other will be good. So that's just my opinion, at least.
Well,
If we keep talking about the system, and we would not even finish talking about it. So we need to move to the next question.
of course.
Okay. So the next question will be going to Mr. Tomiwa. So with the popularizing of get rich quick scheme, do you think this is killing the innovation and creativity of the youth in the country?
Of course, it's killing the innovation of the youth. But do these things just happen on their own? I don't think so. I think the get rich quick scheme of mentality that Nigerians have is just a how can I put this? It's like it's happening because people are suffering. That's just it. People are desperate. Come on. If you have not eaten for 2 days straight, you want to make it one way or the other. So it boils down to our bad economy. So the get rich quick scheme is just, and then we can also say people are greedy. You can be hungry and not be greedy. I used to think that Nigerians are very money hungry, but we are not the only poor country in the world, though. At least in Africa. There are poorer countries than us, and they are not as desperate for money. I think our culture also worship money. That if you don't have money, people don't even respect you. Our music, everything celebrates money. If you don't have money, go and sleep. If you don't have money, no guess or nothing on. So that thing just eats in your side. That I have to make it. I have to make it. If I don't make it, and sorry, I don't want to sound tribal or something. I think there are some cultures that place more emphasis on money than others. Probably maybe the Igbo culture, you have to just make it. If you don't make it, you are just not respected. What are you doing? So those things drive desperation in people that you if I don't make it, what am I doing? Even normally now, everybody, the music, even the music that use your money to download, they will be insulting you. If you are broke, what are you doing? So I think there's bad economy that drives desperation, and then there's the greediness. So Nigerians are greedy, but then we also have bad economy. So I don't know I think those two things, but I think our greediness play a bigger role in our desperation. because you can actually be contented. So maybe you don't have much, but you can be contented. But if you are contented, people will say that this guy is not ambitious. So that's just, I just think Nigerians culture worship money. That's why people are able to get away with a lot of bad things. Our politicians, you see people that they will not want to call them out. Why? Because they think that if I worship these people, maybe God will answer my prayer one day and make me like them. Like, who does that? That's why people still hailing corrupt politicians that embezzle money, because they believe that if I'm worshiping him, maybe God will answer my prayer one day and I'll be like that. No, you are not going to be like him. There's no need to worship people that steal money. So that mentality is just something else. So our culture worship money. That's just my takeaway. Our culture worship money. Although people are desperate, people are poor, people are hungry, but we are not the only poor country in the world. So our culture worship monies. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tomiwa. So, Mr. Emmanuel, I would also like you to share your own opinion about this. I'm sure you have one or two things to say.
Okay. Get rich quick scheme. That's Ponzi. Maybe
Yeah.
a sort of maybe Ponzi.
Yeah.
Well, I think if the major thing is the mindset of Nigerians. You know, the mindset of Nigerians. That is, I think, that's where everything lies. Because there's a way the mindset of a particular territory, people in a thought pattern of a particular territory thing, right? You know, as I think I agree with Tomiwa to some extent, right? Because some people, Ponzi scheme can only thrive, can leverage on a certain condition, a certain environment before it can even thrive, right? I'm not saying even in America there is a Ponzi scheme in America. In fact, you know, the first Ponzi scheme is that where is some of these, you know, I don't want to mention some, you know, they're still, and they thrive in people's, you know, level of ignorance. That ignorance, then their level of, you know, what is available. That's, you know, that greed form of human. And some of those things, they thrive here more. I'm not saying not in abroad, but they thrive here more because of the circumstances, you know, available. One, hunger. And funny thing is that those Ponzi schemes now, for you to even do Ponzi schemes, it means that you have some leftover with you. Right?
So how do you
Poor financial education.
Okay.
For you to, they say, if you give me $10, in 1 week I will give you $1,000. So it means you have $10 now. That $10 somewhere, you have $10. You are willing to. You didn't even have enough financial education that okay.
Can use this $10 to do something. They can't even think. They
You
can't
know,
think. I think the Ponzi scheme is.
It's a psychology thing.
It feasts on your greed.
It's a psychology
It feasts
thing.
on your greed. Because if you are not greedy, once you said you have to have that money. I've seen someone that called me one day and was like, I have to borrow him. And I was like, why would I borrow you money? He said I should borrow him 50K. Okay, someone promised him, I think that time Buhari was the president. He said she was Aisha Buhari, that she wants to give him something, that she pay 30,000 or something. And this guy was looking for the money up and down. I was like, okay, what do you need this money for? I say, okay, let me come. I'll come and see you. I had to just jolt him back that does Aisha Buhari have time to be messaging you that come and join, or why would she need your measly 30K for anything before you can do anything? So it feasts on people greed too. You can't greed. If you are not greedy, Ponzi cannot. Me to have been victim of Ponzi before. In fact, a lot before I just stopped, so, because I was greedy that time. So because me if I was not greedy, why would I want? I will not do any work. You'll be giving me 30% of every week. Come on, what business gives you that kind of return? So it's just feast on people greed. That's just it.
And that's just going to make the Nigerian youth just sit back and relax and don't want to be creative. Like there will be no time to think. Like you feel like, oh, if I can just put in $10, like you said, I can get $300, $300,000. Come on, let me just keep doing this. All right, thank you so much, man. You guys have been fantastic. I've been enjoying this. And my next question right now, I think I like this. It says, why do Nigerian youths succeed abroad,
Wow.
but struggle to innovate and thrive within the country. So, is it a matter of opportunity or mindset?
Okay, the question, I'm trying to understand the question so I can balance it very well. So, why Nigerian youths,
They are
they make
struggling
well,
in they are making waves over there,
yeah,
but they are struggling right here.
they are struggling right here.
Yeah, so, do you think it's a matter of opportunity or
Okay.
or mindset?
Wow. I think if we both. I think if we both. Why? Because they struggled before. They were here. They are struggling. So when they now get there, that struggle tend to become an ingredient. It become a training ground. I mean, right? So I think it first the mindset, because when they get there, there's already system that checks you. That is why somebody said if you're in abroad, you become normal. But once you cross here, once
Yeah.
you cross across,
So why is that mindset not working here? Sorry?
I think in our system and a mindset. But I know there is no system. There is a mindset that powers every system. That's why the mind. Everything is a mind. For me, I think it's a mindset thing. What is the mindset? Maybe our leaders possess. What is our mindset? We, as citizens, also possess. Yes, of course, a leader has to be somebody who people have to look up to, basically. But when the person is not actually doing what he's not meant to do as a leader, we have so many. I'm not a politician, but we have so many cases. Snakes swallow money, awarded contracts, So what kind of, so everything, nobody's holding anybody accountable, no rule of law, everything is just, there's no way innovation can try, even though you want to, there's no way. Do you understand? Even as a human, even though you have an idea, for example, during the last podcast, somebody said somebody invented a generator that works with water. That's a very great one. But I also heard that they kind of limit that person's innovation till today. That person does not have anything to, that idea just died. Why? Because somebody is benefiting from the suffering Nigerians are facing through. So if you bring that kind of thing, it means people who sell maybe mechano, generators, you understand. In fact, I think there was one influential person who controlled the mechano, the big gen mechano in Nigeria, who is also, I think, in that kind of position, all of this. So they can't buy that kind of idea. They will make sure that they flog it, that kind of idea. But there is a better way to approach such innovation, right? So innovation does not, that's some mistake people used to make. If you have an innovation, you have to sit down to understand when is the right time to unleash my innovation and who are the players. Sometimes you can't have an innovation and think it will run with only you. You understand? You have to sit down to look at who are people can I even partner. So imagine that kind of a guy now. That guy now that innovated that thing. I didn't have opportunity to meet him. I should tell him, guys, see, there's a way to approach things, especially in this place. You have to be very diplomatic. You have to be very strategic in your dealings. So you have this good idea. Okay, how can you find your way to people in terms of affairs? Even sell the idea to them first. Don't come to the market first. You may not be the voice to actually push the idea. Do you understand? Sometimes if you push it, since you don't have the strength, you may not see the limelight. Do you understand? So what I'm saying is that, most of these things now, Nigerians here, they struggle here, but when they get there, they tend to become high-fi because things are a bit easier, too much stress, too much noise, everything is, rule of law, everybody is there. Obeying system, and there has to be productivity, right? So, and whenever there is a system that is actually working, basically, productivity will be inevitable. But here, the system is not in place. Even we self don't have a system we are following, right? Even we individuals self, right? Tell me how many, some people, you can tell you how many people even have their daily plan that follow their daily plan to latter. The population is so small. You understand? If you woke up in the morning and say, okay, I have this to do. I have this thing I want to do for the day. Do you understand? And I will achieve it on the personal level, on the personal economy, personal system I'm following. But you can see people that who actually does that, they are very few. I'm not saying people are not doing it, but people who does it, they are very, very few. Right? Because an average person is woke up in the morning and thinking, what can I eat today? What will my wife and children will even eat? Some people some people feed on a daily basis only when they go out and do some work, do some hustle before they can eat. Is it that kind of person you can now sit down to say, let me plan my next 15, 20 years, let me even have, So the struggle still remains. Why? Because first, our system first, very key, our system, and also there's a role we have to play, basically.
Thank you very much, Mr. Emmanuel. So let me just round up with this, Mr. Tomiwa. So what do you think the youth of Nigeria, that's you and I, and every other person watching me over there, what do you think we can do and to thrive in this country, that we don't have to go out of the country before we can thrive?
Before we can thrive, I've said it before that it all falls down on the government, and of course we have our roles to play too, but if the system, that is the government, they want to make it work, they have to make it work, that we don't have to go to other countries to thrive, because it's still the same people going to these other countries now, people that were suffering in Nigeria that they can barely eat. But like Mr. Emmanuel said, that the system over there is followed down to the T. So here in Nigeria, we don't have any. Just do anyhow you want, and you are not going to get results that way. So, but there are more opportunities over there. That's not even comparable at all. In Nigeria, barely any opportunities. So, what can the youth do? It falls down on the government. Me, I'm going to blame the government. I'm not. They are the number one culprit. So, after the government, then we can come and blame ourselves. But now it's the government. They have to just change things. But I don't know if they are willing to change things too. But they have to change things. So that's just it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tomiwa, Mr. Emmanuel. Thank you so much for coming today. It's so good it was so good to have you. Thank you so much. So to my Nigerian youths, for me, yes, the system. I'm big on the system, but then, what do you think we can do to? What do you think we can start? Because if we wait for the government,
we have to wait for the government. You can't do anything without the government. People will tell you that okay, you can. No, there are ways you can outwork a bad government. That's just it. You can't outwork. Although you are going to bring me exceptions.
Oh yeah.
But exceptions don't really are not the rule.
Yeah.
That's just it. Or you tell me what you want to say.
Well, we can't wait for the. For me, it can't wait for the.
We
government.
can't wait. You are going to get few results, but you are not going to get in most of the people to get along.
So something. Start doing something.
Something.
For me, just do what. Just do it.
Everybody, I tell him that people are not doing things now.
The internet is an opportunity.
Come on.
The internet is even an opportunity for you to elevate whatever you want to do as innovation.
No, I want to ask you something. I tell him that people are not doing anything now. Like people are not doing anything to better themselves.
They are doing, but there has to be more.
There has to be more.
There has to be more.
So you mean that?
Are you with me?
I know that we can't wait for the government. Of course, we can't because you go good. So that's just. But me, I'm saying that the bulk of the blame falls on. Does not mean that you don't try to better yourself. You have to better yourself, because if you like wait for the government for 10 years, it's your age that is going. It's not their own age. So, but the bulk of the blame falls on them. For me, of course, you have to better yourself, but come on, there's a way you can outwork. Okay, now you are earning 500k before in Buhari's time. 500k now is even as if you are poor self, because with the way things are very expensive, that's the implication of bad government. I tell me that there's someone that was earning 500k in Buhari's time that was doing all this work. Is it not working well? So, bad government really, I would say we can't outwork a bad government though. You can try though. There will be few people that made it out, but the majority are not going to make it out. That's just it. So,
but I think. Sorry, before you round up. Sorry. I think. Yeah, government, but I'm not. Let's find something we can leverage and just move on. That's me. Let's forget about this government of 18. Let's just find something we can just do and just move on, and find something we can leverage. The internet is there. I mean, we can leverage on the internet. Whatever you want to do, forget about this, and see how we can even connect internet with some collaborations. We can do some international collaborations. Find something to just move, just move. If you want to stay here, I believe we can stay here and still do exploits.
One thing I know.
Some people will say,
Sorry, but you can say and do exploit, but you have to be really exceptional to do that. And most people are not going to be exceptional. Of course, there are people that make it in Nigeria. At least we have all these Flutterwave guys, all these Andela. But what you are telling me that you have to be exceptional to be able to make it in Nigeria, and most people are not exceptional. So you tell me that because of you are not exceptional, you should not be able to eat and survive.
What do you mean by exceptional? What do
you should be able to think out of the box. You should be able to think out of the box and do things. That's it now. If you want to really make it in Nigeria,
okay,
you have to be able to think out of the box. I tell me that people overseas, most of them don't even think out of the box because there's a system in place for them that even if you are not exceptional, you are still going to survive. Most people are not going to be super rich or something. Most people don't even want to be super rich. Most people just want to be comfortable enough to eat, vacation, take care of their family. So in Nigeria now, if you are not very smart, you are not very exceptional, or you are not very street smart, you can't make it like that far. And to me, that's a very crazy standard to set for everybody. Not everybody is going to be that smart. Or are you telling me that they don't have a chance at just surviving and living life because they are not exceptional or they can't? So that's just my own point. That there should be a system in place that even if you are not exceptional, you should still be able to survive, at least live a comfortable life to a certain place. And that's where the government comes in. For me, that's just it.
Thank you so much. I know we have a lot to say. We have more to say, but then we need to come to the end of this. I just want to say a few things. Nigerian youth are not lazy. They're absolutely very smart. So I just want us to drop something in the comment section. I want us to engage, talk about what do you think? How do you think we can how do you think we can change? We know that we can't change the system, but then what do you think we can do to at least help? What do you think we can do to at least bring a change or do something? Because everything is getting out of hand. So thank you very much for joining Green Zone Podcast, guys. We can't wait to have you again. So make sure you click on the subscribe button and make sure you turn on your notification icon so that when we put up any post, you can see that. You can be the first to see that. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Bye.
Are you ready to break free from financial stress and achieve the life of your dreams?
I am Mayowa Owolabi. I am here to help you unlock the door to your financial freedom.
Imagine having a personalized financial roadmap tailored specifically for you, guiding you every step of the way. At the Money Clinic, you'll receive one-on-one consultations with Mayowa Owolabi, a renowned financial expert dedicated to transforming lives.
Every health has its own peculiarity. Likewise, every financial challenge or any status you have financially has its own approach. So reach out to Money Clinic right now, where your journey to financial freedom begins.
Whether you're struggling with debt, looking to invest, or simply want to create a sustainable financial plan, the Money Clinic is your ultimate solution. We'll work together to identify your goals, overcome obstacles, and build a strategy that works for you. Don't let financial worries hold you back any longer. Take the first step towards financial freedom today. Join Mayowa Owolabi at the Money Clinic and let's make your financial dreams a reality. Spaces are limited, so secure your spots now. Call 090-6193-4347 to get started. The Money Clinic by Mayowa Owolabi is where your financial freedom starts.